I want to go back to Tulsi Gabbard for a moment because she's been completely out of the picture. Notice how she hasn't been doing any media. She hasn't been invited to any of these meetings over the course of the last week or so. That's strategic. That's not by accident. Remember, back in March of 2025, we're talking about just a few months ago, Tulsi Gabbard testified under oath, and she said, quote, Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. Listen.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003. The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program.
So there you go. Tulsi Gabbard under oath, saying it herself, quote, under oath, just a few months ago, Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. Are we supposed to be led to believe that something has changed? If she's wrong, then why won't Donald Trump fire her? Why did he hire her in the first place? Interesting, isn't it? Well, this is what Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. had to say about Donald Trump and ending wars and not getting us into any new wars just a few months before the election. Boy, have times changed. Listen to this.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them, and who has demonstrated already that he has the courage and strength to stand up and fight for peace.
He said, I want to end the wars. Oh, you think that we deserve a president who's going to end the warfare state? Oh, you want a president who's going to put America first?
Yeah, he's really putting America first. That was not that long ago. That was just a month or two before the presidential elections in November. Boy, have times changed. And you see MAGA imbeciles like the Marjorie Taylor Greens and Mark Levin's going at it with one another because MAGA is very divided on this issue. But the people that are for Donald Trump still and the people that support Donald Trump in getting us into this, what I would consider an ill-advised war, days before this attack, were against it. But anything that Donald Trump does, they seem to be okay with. That is why we call it a cult. Tulsi Gabbard under oath a few months ago. Quote, Iran is not building a nuclear weapon. Are we led to believe that something changed in the last couple months or in the last 30 years? The answer is no. I am going to take our own intelligence over what the Israeli government is telling Donald Trump. Of course, Israel wants us involved in this war. The same reason why Israel wanted us involved in overthrowing Saddam Hussein when we had thousands of American soldiers that lost their lives, hundreds of thousands of innocent Iraqis that lost their lives, faulty intelligence from Israel. But we're supposed to believe, Bibi? We're supposed to believe Israel? Well, guess what? I don't. And I am pro-Israel. I believe Israel has the right to defend themselves. Hamas is a terrorist organization. It was despicable what took place on that fateful day. And Israel has the right to exist. But that does not mean that Israel should be getting us into an ill-advised war. And Donald Trump has succumbed to Benjamin Netanyahu, who appears as though is calling all the shots. I believe Benjamin Netanyahu is bad for Israel. He's bad for America, just like Donald Trump is bad for America and bad for the world. We are in another ill-advised war. I don't see the end coming anywhere soon. And God forbid if we have a terrorist attack on our own home soil. And there is a reason why Kristi Noem put it out, a nationwide terrorist alert. There is no doubt that there are terrorist cells in this country as we speak. We certainly don't want another 9/11. We don't want any innocent person to lose his or her life, no matter what political affiliation you are from. But now this country is in another war. Donald Trump is the reason. I'm not defending Iran. I'm not defending their terrorist regime. But Donald Trump is ultimately the person who made the decision that we were going to strike Iran. And now we are going to have a lot of consequences because of it. And I can only hope that there will not be terrorist attacks in this country. But we are in trouble. This country is in trouble. So long as Donald Trump continues to be King Trump, we are in trouble. We should not be fighting Israel's war. There is no credible evidence to suggest that they were furthering their nuclear capabilities in Iran. And I can't imagine that these strikes are going to be the end all for this war. I can't imagine there's going to be an end in sight.